Enlightenment is the complete awareness of life without mental modifications. Enlightenment is a state of awareness that we reach when our consciousness is one with infinity, with the infinite conscious of life itself. Enlightenment is not a state of mind, although all states of mind are contained within it. It is the best of all things, the brightest of all lights. It is union with immortality, timelessness, and with the temporal, with all the myriad worlds, planes, and things that simply can't be put into words. Enlightenment exists within everything. There's nothing that can be separate from enlightenment. But when I talk about enlightenment, when I discuss it with my students, I am referring to an experience, a journey, the journey to light. Enlightenment in this sense is a journey into cosmic consciousness, to be completely aware of eternity, to be aware not just of this moment or this world, but of timelessness, of space, of organic life, and what lies beyond it. Think of enlightenment as a journey. Today, you woke up, and anything can happen. You could live any type of life. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be wise, you could be ignorant. It doesn't really matter. Because no matter what happens, there is enlightenment. All the things you see that threaten you and make you afraid, all the things that you see that attract you, the things that you're indifferent to, or perhaps don't even know about, they don't really matter. Life is like a dream. It's transient. For one moment, we're in the stream of life, we're awake, we're having experiences. Then we're asleep. It's all washed away. At best, it becomes a memory that fades. So death is a sleep and life is an awakening. And in each lifetime, we awaken to a different condition. The wakefulness, the state of wakefulness that I refer to, that enlightened teachers refer to, is a condition of ecstasy, a condition of tremendous beauty, a permanent state of wakefulness that defies sleep. Sleep is dreams of another kind, death, the experiences in the after-death plane, between lifetimes, between incarnations, is a different kind of dream, which we forget upon waking to this life and this world. So enlightenment is a journey into light, a journey into self-knowledge, a journey into beauty, reflection, awareness. The infinitude of being calls us to become conscious of itself. Now this might sound like a lot of euphoria to some. It might sound just like a lot of words, a rhapsody of words that don't necessarily connect and aren't practical. But that is certainly not the case. To be conscious, to be aware of what you're aware of, is not something that you can defend or express. It simply is. Yes, there's the surface of life, there's the day-to-day activities of human beings, plants, animals, astral beings, the endless movements of creation. And then there's nirvana. Nirvana is absolute ecstasy, absolute stillness, a presence, to be in the center of the mind of God, to be completely conscious forever, of forever, to be in that timeless, misty realm, the nexus of all things, All universes, all intelligences, all cycles of being come from it. And they go back to it. It sustains them, it holds them here. That's the world of enlightenment. The day-to-day life we lead has nothing to do with enlightenment. We're unaware of it. It's just around the corner and we don't see it. It's in front of us and we don't see it. We are it and we don't see it. Enlightenment is happiness. Happiness in the most profound and yet most simple sense. Enlightenment is, as I said before, a journey into cosmic consciousness. And meditation is the key to enlightenment. To meditate, to make your mind still and supremely aware, to penetrate the void, the essence, the substance, and go beyond both to what is referred to as the clear light of reality. Clear in the sense that it doesn't have a definite color. Light in the sense that it's not solid, yet it is pure energy. Reality in the sense that it is that which is most real, that which is actual, meaning it doesn't change. It's always here. The pathway to enlightenment is your life. Each being is walking along that pathway, having experiences, gaining knowledge, learning by doing. What else is there to do? And their progression is beyond judgment. It just is. But then there's the study of enlightenment. In other words, life is enlightenment, the great process of life. And we can say that everybody's on the way to enlightenment, or they all are enlightenment. And from a certain perspective, that's true. But then there's the experience of enlightenment, to yoke your consciousness, to join yourself to immortality, to in this very life be very aware of what lies beyond the boundaries of cognitive perception, beyond the boundaries of thought, reflection, and self-awareness as seen through the personality. Why become enlightened? Why join the military? Why get married? Why cross the ocean? Why stay at home? Why stay single? Why avoid the army? It's a personal choice. There's something in a person that draws them to the light. It's karma lives. Just as you are today the experience and the product of everything that you've known and gone through in this lifetime, so at the moment of birth, you are the product of everything that's occurred to you in every lifetime that you've had. But like an inheritance that you don't come into until you're perhaps 21, when you're born, you don't necessarily have at your fingertips, at your control, everything that you are, everything that you've been in your past lives. So, in the Enlightenment cycle, attention is paid to bringing back the awareness field, the total you, from other lives. This does not simply mean the memory of experience past. That may or may not be helpful. But rather, to draw on the internal power and intelligence, the knowledge, the wisdom that you've amassed in other lifetimes. And if you've amassed any siddha powers, to bring them back also, because they can be quite useful in the journey to enlightenment. So to do this, meditation is the key that unlocks or opens the door. Meditation will bring back the powers and awareness of the past, and even more immediately, it'll expand your consciousness today to places you've never been, to experiences that you've never had. Meditation is the pathway to enlightenment. Meditation is to stop thought, to silence the mind, to move the ego aside, and to simply be still, open, clear, bright, and fully conscious. Into the world of enlightenment. Enlightenment is something that is real. And as I said, enlightenment is a journey. It's a journey through the 10,000 states of mind. A journey that is not accomplished in a single day or moment. Each time you meditate, you take the journey. Each time you become more conscious, you love more, you feel more, you increase your depth. Each time you gain a happier sense of what it is to live. Each time you gain a little more control over your life. Each time when you don't allow that to discourage you and cause you to give up. You become a little more enlightened. Enlightenment is cumulative, in other words. You become a little more enlightened each day as you practice yoga and Buddhism. But simply having a teacher and doing what you call meditation will not necessarily bring you to enlightenment. You can sit and just space out and not meditate. A lot of people do that, and they think they're doing a wonderful meditation. You can become pompous and egotistical and think that you're very important, and think that that is spiritual achievement. There is no such thing as spiritual achievement. While people who are enlightened, fully enlightened in this world are rare, it's not an achievement. It's not a belt ranking. It's simply an awareness that's intrinsic to all life that they've managed to gain or become conscious of. It's certainly worthy of our respect, because life is worthy of our respect. But to put them on a pedestal is a mistake. To undervalue them is also a mistake. In other words, you have to come to the world of enlightenment with open hands. That is to say, not clenched in fists, without an agenda. You'll have an agenda, of course, and you'll have your fist clenched. That is to say, you'll have expectations, ways you think it should work out, what you're going to receive from the experience. You'll have ideas about what you'll do and what you won't do. You can't help but have those things. But what matters the most is that you have a sincere love of truth. There's something in you that loves light. And you're willing to side with that part of your being more than any other side. And you're willing to be patient and go through the training, to go through the enlightenment cycle. You're not vain enough to think that you will necessarily become fully enlightened in this lifetime throughout the day. To be completely aware, to be beautifully conscious, is the journey to enlightenment. And there's pain in it, and there's suffering, and there's frustration. But you already have those things, so it doesn't really matter. But there's ecstasy beyond comprehension. So my suggestion, if you're drawn to the world of enlightenment, if you're interested in it, most of all is to learn to meditate. Not just to read a lot of books about it, not just to talk to people about it. Those things are inspiring, perhaps. But the key to all enlightenment is to have personal experiences in the world of light. And all you need to do that is to meditate twice a day, to learn to practice mindfulness, to lead a simple, economical life, to work happily at whatever your tasks are and to use them to help you achieve perfection. In ancient time, enlightenment was sought in the forests, by the seas, and on the mountains and in the deserts. Today, enlightenment is the city, with its noise and its sounds. On the other side of sounds and noises and cities is perfect stillness. allow your mind to drift into the currents of enlightenment, far beyond this in any world. Where there are no beginnings and endings, there's only endless perfection.